What's going on? It's your boy Al, the electrician, and I'm back with another one. And this is about looks don't matter, okay? Now, let's talk about that. Do looks really matter, okay? Um, so that's a pretty loaded question, alright? First thing you gotta understand about women and attraction, as far as attracting women, is that women are hypergamous. And what is hypergamous? That means that they date according to hypergamy. What is hypergamy? Hypergamy is a woman. Basically, it's the attraction mechanism through which all female attraction works. And what it is being defined as is it's the woman having the highest possible option. Period. Okay, the highest possible option. Period. So, and that by nature is always in a constant state of what if. It's always in a constant state of having to be pleased, right? Because you saw what happened when Chris Brown started charging for pictures for with him with a hug or a picture with him, whatever you want to do, hug, handshake, whatever. Like, take a few pics, spaz out, like I don't know, to strike a pose, strike a vogue, whatever. But girls were up there getting hugged on, kissed on, felt on by Chris Breezy in these pics, risking crashing out the whole relationship, risking destroying however long a relationship that they had, however much time, however much investment that this man, who supposedly, according to a lot of these content creators out here, say that hypergamy is the highest option that she could get, or the highest available option for her. Well, guess what? That might have been true when she had that that relationship going on, but at that moment, her highest available option was Chris Brown. Yeah, she might have not went home with him or whatever the case may be. Who knows? Well, let's say she didn't. Chances are that she didn't. But the thing is, she got the chance to shoot a shot. Like, believe me, the way how women flirt is when they shoot that shot, they're not gonna try to necessarily book the person. They just gonna make themselves presentable and flirt, and like you see, hugging on them, kissing on them, and they ruined relationships because of it. Why? Because at that time, Chris Brown was the highest possible option, not their boyfriend. So that just goes to say that hypergamy is always searching for the highest possible option, and at any moment, that's why you see these marriages of 20, 30 years, even sometimes long-term relationships, long-term marriages end up shattered, broken up, homes busted, families busted up, ended in divorce, man lose half. A lot of times, 90% of the times, about 90% of the times, um, it's the woman that initiates that breakup, that divorce, okay? And this is because of hypergamy. And in our culture, hypergamy goes unchecked. See, it doesn't matter about race, doesn't matter about age plays a factor, but it doesn't matter about race, it doesn't matter about culture, it doesn't matter where you come from. A woman is a woman is a woman, okay? The location or the race doesn't change that. She's still a woman. Same thing with men. So the laws that govern natural female attraction towards that they feel towards men, that is all governed by a natural human female experience, which is called hypergamy. All right, so that's how female attraction works. Now, what you gotta understand is that there's many different attraction mechanisms to satisfy hypergamy, because you gotta look at it. It's a more complicated system than what male attraction is towards women. We are attracted by a lot simpler system, because with us, we're not hypergamous. So we typically date women who we're able to support and provide for, to support and provide the lifestyle, the culture that she's used to. So That's why with women, because we have to do these things, we have a more complicated task in a relationship. Women have a more complicated system of attraction, which is hypergamy. And a lot of times guys get it mixed up. They think that just because you have looks, like a lot of times guys have it either they think they look at female attraction through a man's point of view, and what they're seeing is they're only seeing one or two traits that they want to name off. Like it's usually either looks, or men always think that women want the money. One of those two, or a combination of those two. No, that's true that they want those two things, but they want a whole lot more than just those two things. They want charisma. They want charm. You can't just look good. You got to be smelling good. Your hygiene has to be right. You can't be up in their face with stank breath, oily skin, bumps all over the place, stuff like that. It's a lot of different things that go along to that. Can you lead the woman emotionally? You know, if that woman's mad, can you make her laugh? If she's sad, can you make her happy again? Um, if things are always happy go lucky, are you going to have any control over things getting out too much happy go lucky, too much play, too much leisure, too much spending the money? Are you going to be able to say, oh, nope, that's it, time to get serious? Can you lead her emotionally to where she has to be? It's not just always on looks. Looks is one small part of female attraction. All right, it's just one small part. So you might have that, and actually, a lot of times, but you find out that a lot of these very super attractive men, no Diddy, but a lot of these super attractive, good looking men, 200 something pounds, solid muscle, 5%, 10% body fat. A lot of times, these men have trouble actually getting women. They have problems getting women, or if they do get a woman, they have problems keeping a woman. There's always a lot of relationship problems, and you see that they lean too much on just looks, and they a lot of times they lack in those other categories where men who aren't the stud muffins, the men who aren't the best lookers out there, have to make up for it in other categories. So these a lot of times that's why you see, even with the thumbnail on this video, that's just a picture of what I'm trying to convey. That when you look at a lot of married couples and all that, it's just regular guys. A lot of times the guys overweight. A lot of times the guys not in shape. But they be having these pretty attractive to really decent looking women. But one of the things to combat, let's say that you are one of these super attractive men, you can you have 100 body count, but yet you can't. You just want that lasting relationship. If you want to be honest with yourself, you want that lasting relationship, but you just can't get that. You're gonna have to just number one, you gotta stop just leaning on that one thing, and start understanding female hypergamy, and then also after that, you're gonna have to start building up other levels of attraction, because women are like onions. They work on layers, so you have to peel back layers of attractiveness, looks, provision. Okay, um, like I said, with the charisma, leadership, not just do this, do that, but leading through example, leading through emotion. Can you spiritually lead her? A lot of women are spiritual because that's how God made them. So they need that man to guide them spiritually. Can you do those things? All of those things that add to more so than just a monetary way or one track minded way of looking at female attraction. They're complicated, they're layered, they're different levels of female attraction. And once you can master all of these different levels of it, once you can fully understand female hypergamy, you can have a woman absolutely head over heels for you, no matter how you look, because you get better at developing female attraction through those other layers of hypergamy. If you watch this far, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you. God bless. Bless you in your merge pursuit.